Reptiles. Example, the Agama lizard. Classification. Kingdom, Animalia. Phylum, Chordata. Class, Reptilia. Scientific name, Agama agama. Common name, Agama lizard. External features. The Agama lizard has its distinct head separated from the trunk by a neck. It has a long tail used for feeding. The head bears a wide mouth and 2 nostrils. They have prominent eyes with movable eyelids. Lizards have 2 pairs of long limbs, that is the fore and hind limbs. Each limb has 5 digits, ending with claws. The claws are used for climbing, burrowing, holding prey, and also for defense. The male lizard has a neutral crest on the neck, and this is raised when the male is fighting. The cloaca opening is found on the underside of the body, just after the hind limbs. The cloaca is the opening where sperms are deposited and for the passage of eggs. The whole body is covered by dry, horny, and overlapping scales in diagonal rows. These scales are brightly colored and can undergo changes, which provide camouflage. The male lizard is larger and brightly colored more than the female lizard. Habitat. Agama lizards are commonly found around buildings, especially in ceilings. They are often found on the walls, basking the sun. Mode of life. 1. Feeding. Agama lizards feed on small insects, which include ants and larger insects such as grasshoppers and beetles. It picks up these insects with the sticky tip of the tongue. Larger insects are usually grasped by powerful jaws and crushed by its teeth before swallowing. They can be described as being insectivorous animals. Lizards also feed on worms. 2. Movement. Lizards run in short, rapid bursts along the ground and up tree trunks, and also vertical walls. Climbing is made possible by the claws, which grip the surface firmly. Lizards can run fast only for a very short time. This is because the limbs are found at right angles to the body, such that their bodies are hardly raised from the ground. 3. Respiration. Lizards take in oxygen and send out carbon dioxide using their lungs. 4. Excretion. The main nitrogenous waste is uric acid. This is removed from the blood by the kidney and deaminated. It is sent out through the cloaca mixed with feces. The production of solid acid as opposed to urine is an adaptation to conserve water. 5. Reproduction. Agama lizards live in colonies, normally dominated by a single male, containing about 30 females. Their sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal and the female lays eggs. During courtship, the male displays a brilliant color to attract the female. The female then raises its tail, and the male sends its hemipenis into the female's cloaca. Fertilization then occurs. The female later on lays eggs in moist soil in a hole and covers it. After a few days, the eggs hatch into active lizards. The young lizards go around feeding by themselves. There is no parental care. Adaptations of lizards to terrestrial habitats. They have dry, scaly skin to protect their bodies from drying up and excessive water loss. Scales also protect internal tissues from mechanical damage. Their hearts are well developed with 4 chambers. This helps to distribute blood containing oxygen and food to the various tissues, since respiration is not through the skin. They lay eggs on sand or gravel. This prevents the risk of destroying the eggs before hatching, since there is no parental care or incubation. Their ability to camouflage is a good adaptation, as they can escape from their predators. Lizards have well-developed sense organs like eyes, nostrils, ear, etc. These replace lateral lines of some aquatic vertebrates. The presence of more than one neck vertebrate is also a good adaptation, as they can turn their heads in all directions to detect food or enemies without necessarily turning the body. The detachment of part of their tail to a predator and the regeneration of the tail enables them to escape death from predators, while the predators waste time in watching a wriggling tail for some time. Their streamlined body enables them to enter crevices swiftly while running away from enemies. The brilliant colors of males are good adaptations, as more females will be attracted to effect mating and more reproduction of young lizards. The ability to carry out internal fertilization is of advantage to lizards. The chances of the eggs to be fertilized will be high, unlike external fertilization in amphibians, where the chance of all the eggs laid to be fertilized is low. Economic importance of lizards and snakes. Lizards are used as a source of protein. Lizards are also used as biological control agents of pests, example ants and grasshoppers. Lizards form a good link in terrestrial food chains and food webs. Dead bodies of lizards, when preserved, are used for decoration. Some traditional doctors use lizards or their eggs in medicine. Lizards disturb when running on the roof and ceilings. Snakes, like lizards, can also serve as protein. Some snakes are very poisonous, example, viper, cobra, mamba, etc. Skins of snakes are used for decoration, serves as medicine. Differences between male and female lizards. The male lizard is larger comparatively, while the female lizard is smaller comparatively. The male lizard is brilliantly colored to attract female for reproduction. The female lizard is not bright, but females prefer males that are brilliantly colored. Males have gular folds below the chin. Gular folds are absent in females. The head of the male is orange in color. The head of the female is greenish-brown with white spots. Males have nuchal crest above the neck. Nuchal crest is absent in females. The trunk of the male is shiny blue to black, while the trunk of the female is brown with yellow patches on the sides. The male has a long tail, which is blue at the base and orange in the middle, but black at the tip. The female's tail is brown completely. The male's cloaca is surrounded by a row of hard, rounded scales known as preanal parts. There are no preanal parts in the female's cloaca. Differences between lizards and toads. Lizards have dry scales. Toads do not have scales. Lizards have tail throughout life. Toads have tail only at the tadpole stage. The lizard's toes are not webbed. The toes of the toad are webbed. Eggs laid by the lizards have shells. Eggs laid by the toads do not have shell. Lizards live mainly on land. Toads live in water and on land. The lizard has a comparatively long body, while the toad has a comparatively short body. The toes of the lizard end in claws. The toes of the frog or toad do not end in claws. There is no metamorphosis in the lizard. The young resembles the adult. Metamorphosis takes place in the toad. The lizard molts one or more times in a year. Toads do not molt. Fertilization in lizards is internal. Fertilization in toads is external. The body of the lizard is divided into the head, the neck, the trunk, and the tail, while the body of the toad is divided into the head and the trunk.